Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I want to show you guys exactly how I actually set up my Google Shopping Ads campaign. I know a lot of you guys actually have issues with this in terms of like campaign setup, like what kind of bid strategy to use, what kind of like bid to use, and how to like overall organize your campaigns. And this is like one of the most important part in order to actually succeed on Google Shopping Ads. And I actually receive a lot of like messages from you guys with like the ways that you guys organize your campaigns, and I've seen like so many mistakes that so many beginners are making when it comes to drop shipping with Google Ads. So I hope that in this video, right, after watching it, you're gonna learn the exact strategy that I actually used to generate over like $900,000 with one main set of products on just running Google dropshipping ads. Google Shopping Ads via dropshipping. I'll show you exactly like the different campaign settings that we use, so that by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to set up all your new testing campaigns and you're gonna be making bang basically. Alright, so I want you to focus actually on the first campaign over here, because the first campaign is the biggest campaign. You can see that we spent about $283,000 on ads, and then we made back about like 2.05 ROAS, when in reality it's more like 2.5 to like 3 returns, because this store we did about like $900,000 in sales. And I actually made an entire video explaining how we did it. I'll leave the link down in the description box in case if you haven't watched and you want to actually learn some really valuable stuff and want to know what product it is. Click on the link below after this video. Alright, so right now I'm just gonna show you exactly how the campaign structure that we use. Alright, so when it comes to like setting up the objective and stuff, honestly this part of the campaign setup doesn't really matter. So I just click on sales, and then you want to set up your Google tracking pixel, and assuming you already done it, then click on continue. So we're gonna click on shopping for sure, continue with shopping campaign, and then we're gonna click on the store that we're gonna use to advertise, which is for this example, it's I'm just gonna use my old store. So the country that normally, right, you want to start testing is with United States, because I noticed that when it comes to selling on Google Shopping Ads, United States, they tend to perform the best, right? It's kind of like the 80-20 rule. 20% of the results is gonna, 20% of the work they put in is gonna generate 80% of the results. And with United States, it's the exact, that's what you're gonna get. You take the same exact time to set up like your campaigns in Canada, UK, in Australia, but United States are the ones that are gonna make you like 80 to 90% of the bulk of the sales, because I think that's where like most people, like that's where you're gonna get like most of the customers from in general. Okay, and we're gonna use with standard shopping campaign. The reason why I kind of like avoided smart shopping campaigns, because with smart shopping campaign, number one, Google is basically controlling your bid and everything. And although they say that they mentioned that they kind of like optimize your results better, but I actually I've tested this like many times, and I found that my smart shopping campaign always perform like way worse than my standard shopping campaign. And the reason also why we choose standard shopping campaign is because we want to have complete control of our campaign setup. With like smart shopping campaign, you don't have like any control, and honestly the kind of results that you get is gonna be pretty shitty. Okay, so we're gonna click on continue, and then I'm just gonna call this alright, assuming like this is what we sell, cardiac watch shopping -US. So just give your campaign a name, and this is what we're gonna name the campaign. For the bid strategy, this is like one of the most important part in terms of like campaign setup. We always start with manual CPC. The reason why we go with manual CPC is because you wanna have full control of your bid. And honestly, right, I tested the other bid options, and I never really like went deep into like target ROAS or like maximize clicks. But I noticed that whenever I do that, the results just seem to not be as great as like manual CPC. But I haven't like really tested enough to be very certain of this. But what I know for sure is that with manual CPC, right, you can control like how much you're paying per click. So you're gonna get like much more like better results in the long term, because you can determine like what is the most optimal bid in order to get like the the ideal cost per purchase. For the budget, I typically set around like $300, and this is in Singapore dollars. So in USD, it's probably like 200 to like 250. And honestly, when you're starting a new campaign, your budget don't really matter, because think of budget more of like your budget is kind of like a cap. I always tell my students this. Your budget is like a cap, and the thing that really matters is your bid, because if your bid is like really low, right, your campaign are not gonna spend towards the maximum budget. And when we are first like starting our new campaign, we don't really want to set a very high bid, especially if you have like a lower budget. You want to set like something low, and then we're gonna kind of like work our way to find the optimal bid. But your budget is more of like a cap, and normally around like $200 is great to $300. And if you find that, okay, you know what, you have like a really super hot winning product, then eventually you can increase your budget up to like $500 a day or $1,000 a day to increase the capacity that Google Ads will spend. But if you are following this strategy that I'm showing you guys, just set the budget at $200, you're not gonna get wrong with it. The campaign priority, we're just gonna set on low. We're not gonna touch it. It doesn't really affect the results. Includes Google search partners, and this is another part that I always like make sure to to change in my location option. So you're gonna click on this button and make sure that you're targeting only presence. And this is very important because you don't want to sell to people who are interested in the United States. You want to sell to people who are actually living in the United States, right? You don't want like someone from like a third world country where their purchasing power is not very high to be like browsing things in the United States and to actually target them the ads, and you're just gonna be wasting money because they're not gonna be converting. So you only want the United States audiences, right? So for the bid, right, this is where it's like really important. I always start with like 70 cents USD, and in this instance, right, because our ad account currency is in Singapore dollars, it's gonna be $1. But you always want to start with like 70 cents US dollars, because I found that 70 cents is really like the sweet spot, because you're not setting a bid where it's like too high, neither is it like too low for it to not spend at all. Then eventually, once like your campaign starts to perform really well, oops, kind of broke this thing. Once your campaign starts to like perform really well, you can either increase your bid to like really scale it if you want to like maximize your amount of sales that you get. But if you notice that you're spending a little bit too much and it's not profitable yet, then you want to decrease the bid. All right. So the most important part of like setting up your Google Shopping campaign is to always focus on profitability first. I see like a lot of people, they get too anxious when their campaign is not spending. But here's the thing, right? If your campaigns are not spending, and if your campaigns are spending but if you're not making any sales, you're losing money. So you wanna kind of like keep your bid at a minimum where you can focus on generating profits first, and after you generate like after you're consistent at maybe like 30 to like 35% profit margin, you know that your product is selling. Then okay, you can focus on like trying to increase the amount of like sales that you want to get through increasing the bid. So start at like a low bid first and kind of like work your way up or like work your way down if your bid is too high. Okay. And then what you want to do is you want to segment the product by like so ideally, right, you want to have like one product per category. So in this example, because I have like a bunch of products, I'm just gonna like sort it by product types. But ideally, for one single campaign, you want to have like just one product that you're selling. And this is very important because you want to be able to see like what kind of keywords your campaigns are what kind of keywords are working for your campaigns and what are not working. So in this way, right, if you segment by like one product for one campaign, you can see exactly what are like the keywords that are not working, and then you can like segment it accordingly. So this way, right, it's just gonna look a lot more neat. It's a lot more easier to kind of like decide, okay, you know what, whether this product is working or not. And even if you run a general store, I highly suggest that you just create one campaign per product. And the way you set it up is just you set up the exact product type inside the item ID. Then you just exclude the rest of the products, and you do this for the same. You do this for every single campaign and every single product, and that's how you're gonna get like one product per campaign. So I hope this video actually brought you some value in terms of like how I set up my Google Shopping ads. And if you did actually learn something from it, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button. Really helps to grow my channel and really spread the Google out there. And if you got any questions, leave it down in the comment section box below. And also lastly, right, if you're interested to work with me like one-to-one, and if you want someone to like actually guide you and show you like how to actually find like winning products in terms of running Google shopping ads, right, through dropshipping, you can apply for the mentorship down the link below. And if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.